Let's graph m of x by hand. So first, let's find the x-intercepts or the zeros of m of x. So we want m of x to be equal to 0. So we'll have here 0 equals 2x times x minus 4 squared. Or we can write this as x minus 4 times x minus 4. So now we see that there are actually 3 factors. 2 of them are identical. So we can only get a 0 product if at least one of these factors is equal to 0. So we say that maybe 2x is equal to 0, or maybe x minus 4 is equal to 0. And we don't have to repeat x minus 4, so we know that we're just going to get the same answer here. So we'll do this only one time. So here we will divide both sides of the equation by 2 so that x is alone, and we know that 0 divided by 2 is 0. Now x minus 4 is equal to 0. When we add 4 to both sides, we get x is equal to 4. So we found 2 different zeros of m of x. And we know that 4 is a repeated 0. So the zeros are 0, 4, and 4. Or we can just write 0, 4. Now let's find the y-intercept. Y-intercept is m of 0. So m of 0 is equal to, we are going to make x equal to 0. So 2x becomes 2 times 0 times 0 minus 4. Now 2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 4 is negative 4. And we know that this is going to be 0. So the y-intercept is 0. Okay, now we can put these points in the number line, in the coordinate system. So x-intercepts are 0 and 4. So if I need to graph 4 again, it will still be in this spot. So we will see only 2 points in the x-axis for the x-intercept. Now let's determine the sign of m of x in each interval. Okay, so here's our x-axis. We're going to put the x-intercepts, which are 0 and 4. So 0 will be on the left side of 4. And then we're going to pick numbers here in this interval. So we can use negative 1. And in the interval 0 to 4, we can use 1 or 2 or 3. And on the right side of 4, we can use x equals 5. So now we are going to plug in these numbers into x and determine the sign of m of x. So here we'll have 2 times negative 1, and that's going to give us a negative number, multiplied by negative 1 minus 4 is negative. But remember that this is squared, so we'll have another one here, which is negative. So we have negative times negative times negative. And that's going to give us a negative number. So in this interval, m of x is negative. Therefore, the graph should be below the x-axis. Now let's go to this interval when x is equal to 1. Okay, let's erase this first. This becomes 2 times 1. And 2 times 1 is going to give us positive. So this is positive times 2 minus 4 is negative. And this is another negative because we're just squaring. So positive times negative is negative times negative is positive. So here in this interval from 0 to 4, m of x is positive. And therefore, m of x is above the x-axis. Now, at x equals 5, okay, let's erase this. 2 times x, so 2 times 5 is going to give us a positive number, times 5 minus 4 is going to give us a positive number, but there's 2 of these, so times positive. So positive times positive times positive is equal to positive. And therefore, the graph is above the x-axis in this section. All right, so now we're ready to sketch the graph. So on the left side of 0, the graph is below the x-axis. Okay, let me use blue. It's below the x-axis, so it's coming from below. It's gonna go up so that it will touch the intercept 0. Then on the right side of 0, the graph is above the x-axis. So therefore, at this point, the graph will cross the x-axis, go to the positive territory. It will reach highest point and then come back down to touch x equals 4. And then after 4, on the right side of 4, the graph still should be above the x-axis. So it's instead of crossing and going to the negative territory, it has to go back up and stay in the positive territory. So since 4 is the last x-intercept on the right side, then the graph just keeps going up. While here, the graph keeps going down. All right, so now let's take a look at the actual graph. So again, we notice that we are spot on with the x-intercepts, which happens to be, this x-intercept happens to be also the y-intercept.